So John Cage in 1974 was touring the Southwest with Merce Cunningham, and a musician there showed him some wonderful seed pods from a Mexican tree and said, listen to this beautiful rattle. And he listened and he thought, this is delightful, I love this sound. And then he discovered that specific types of cactus with long spines, you could pluck the spines and generate a pitch. And the different spines would have different pitches. And he loved this idea so much, he created a piece called Child of Tree. And the problem at the time, and it's still the problem today, is that the sound is so quiet, no one can experience it unless you're right up in front of these plants. But he proposes that we use the technology of the day, which he just describes as a cartridge with a needle. So it was kind of vague, to place this needle into the plant itself to pick up the vibrations and transmit those vibrations and amplify them. So the piece was Child of Tree, written in 1975. The technology, and I'm not sure when the shift happened, is very simple. The sensor is a piezoelectric sensor, which generates a continuous voltage, and the voltage is generated by vibration. They're used in all sorts of technologies and all sorts of devices. Up until about 4 or 5 years ago, in your laptop, every key that you struck hit a piezo sensor, and it sent a voltage. All of the sensors are handmade and very fragile. I take a long sewing needle, solder it to one side of the sensor, solder 2 wires to the other side, place the needle gently and lovingly into the plant, and amplify that signal. And I also chose to process that signal. How did I come to the plants? Well, when I was a musician at American Dance Festival, a friend of mine said, hey, you have to do this concert with me, and we'll play plants. And we ate apples, and we ate celery, and we had all sorts of fun. And we thought it was really quite amusing. It's something I had never done before, and I was very entertained by it. The upshot of that was I had come back to UCI. I've been on the faculty at UCI since 1994. And we had to do an opening for the California Cal IT 2 building, which was a $100 million state-funded technology building, and they wanted an arts opening. So he said, you know, I did this thing with plants. So somebody said, well, let's try that. And I did that there, and somebody remembered me doing it there. And then I did it again for the groundbreaking of the new Art and Technology building in the School of the Arts at UCI. And so in 2009, I was the acting dean of the School of the Arts at the University of California, Irvine. It was my 15th anniversary, and I chose to do a concert of my own music. And I thought, if I want people to come to this, I need a hook. So I entitled the whole concert New Music for Houseplants, and I ended the concert with houseplants and invited Rick to come to it, and this is what led me here today. Okay, so for 44 years, I have been playing the piano. I have competed, I've performed. I consider it as certainly a deep part of my identity. KCAL News puts me on the news. Why? Because I play plants. Okay, so my 15 minutes of fame have almost nothing to do with all of my training and background. So I guess if there's any lesson to be learned or shared with you today, that lesson would be that what you think you're going to be doing with your life and what you do with your life, I can almost promise you will be different. Okay, but that's not a bad thing. And I'd say the second part of that is that if you're trained well, what you're really trained to do is to adapt and to absorb and to take ideas in. I believe that I had very good teachers who all shared with me their enthusiasm and curiosity about the world. And my openness to wanting to play plants and thinking, oh, this is cool, opened up this whole life for me. But if beyond the plants, I am the music director for the dance department. I cannot imagine a more fun job than I could have ever had. And when I was 18, I could not have imagined the job. And so What led me to that was curiosity, was interest in what was being in it. I'm not going to promise everybody, do what you love and the money will follow. That's not really the message. The message is be open, be surprised, and don't be disappointed when your path goes in a different way. It'll probably be a more interesting path anyway. The other thing I would say I've taken from this is creativity is many different things. And you are just as creative if you know what to do with someone else's idea than if you are an idea person. That's a different type of creativity. This is not my idea, and I'm always taking great pains to say, no, John Cage did it, other friends have done it. I don't want to take credit for that. What I want to take credit for is the music that I can generate by playing a houseplant. What I take delight in are the sounds that I could never have imagined hearing before. And I think that something like this, I never would have heard had I not gone this path. So we'd like to just do the piece again for you and then invite anybody who's curious afterward to perform on plants if they so choose. Be prepared, the cactus is sharp. And I'd like to thank very much Aaron O'Connell, Sky Schmidt, and Katrine Daly, who are dancing, their students at UC Irvine, and Melanie Hawks, who choreographed. Thank you very much.